Morning once again. My name is Caesar, founder of Tax Advisor and Financial. Today's topic will be the different filing status that we have available to file our taxes. Okay, so let's dive in to the different filing statuses. Okay, so once again, my name is Caesar. Thank you for tuning in, and let's discuss today's topic. So the first filing status that we're going to discuss will be the single filing status. A single filing status will be when you have no dependents. Okay, you're filing completely on your own. Or if you have other dependents who don't qualify you to be head of households. For example, your cousin or your older sibling who is not disabled. Okay, so those differences will be still filing a single. Okay, so someone claiming, for instance, their brother, that person, if the brother is, let's say, is a dependent, is 40 years old, who is not disabled. Okay, the taxpayer will be filing a single with his or her dependent, the brother. Okay, so now the second option, the second filing status we have available will be the head of household filing status. Okay, the head of household filing status, on the other hand, it's an unmarried taxpayer with a qualifying dependent. That qualifying dependent can be a child, okay, a parent, or an older adult with a disability. For instance, in the example that I gave earlier, the taxpayer claiming his brother, that person, the brother, if the brother is disabled, then the taxpayer will not be filing a single. The taxpayer will be filing as head of household. Okay. The third option is filing married as jointly. So you and your spouse are legally married. Okay, as long as you're married by December 31st of that year, you can still file married for that year, because we're looking at the December 31st date to determine how you're gonna file your taxes. Okay. Um, so it's pretty straightforward. If you're married, by the end of the year, you can file as married. Okay, joint. That's the fourth option we have will be the married filing separately. This option is entitled if you're legally married, okay, but you don't want to file taxes with your spouse. Okay, the tax rates for married filing the tax rates for a person filing married separately will be the same tax rates as someone filing single. So in terms of deductions, in terms of tax brackets, the married individual filing separately, that person will still be paying a high tax. Okay. The other option we have, the other filing status that we have as an option will be a qualifying surviving spouse. Qualifying surviving spouse is a very special filing status and not used often. Is seldom used. Okay. With this option, you need to have a qualifying dependent. So you'll be filing as a qualifying surviving spouse with paying the tax rates of a married individual, a married taxpayer, filing jointly, which are the best tax rates. Okay, you get bigger breaks. So let's say I'm gonna give a hypothetical example. Let's say the wife passes away, okay, and the husband is taking care of their kid. Okay, if that wife passed away this year in 2026, let's just say, okay, the the 2026 year will be filing joint. Okay, for 2027, the husband, assuming the dependent is still a minor, the husband will be filing as qualifying surviving spouse for 2027 and for 2028, having bigger tax deductions and lower tax rates. Okay, for 2029, if that child is still a minor, then that parent, if that parent is still unmarried, will be head of household. Okay, assuming the child now turns 24 and no longer going to school, no longer going to college, then that parent, the husband, will be filing as single, assuming they don't have any other dependents. Okay, so this is a pretty detailed description of the different filing statuses that we have available to file our taxes. Okay, those are the most commonly used, and those are the only options we have. Okay, the most commonly used would be head of household, married, and single. Okay, filing status, married filing separately, and qualifying surviving spouse. Those are seldom used, but they are used. That's why we have them. Okay, and your filing status definitely determines how much taxes you're gonna pay, and ultimately if you have a refund or not. Okay, so let's not overlook the importance of the filing statuses that we have. Okay, and if you have any other questions, please do your research. Also, give us a call for number 424-287-2423. Okay, also you can follow us on social media, and we also have a website, taxadvisoryandfinancial.com, for any questions you may have. Okay, well, thank you for watching. This is another episode of tax planning, and once again, thank you and stay tuned for the next video. Ciao.